Hey guys, this is Jiahao. Are you trusting God for something that He has promised you? And are you losing hope because you have not yet seen the promise come to pass? I remember this one time, the Lord spoke to me to leave my job, to go for missions training and a sabbatical with my family of 5 over a period of 2 years. And it was a big decision because it was a huge financial test. We still had housing loans to pay for, family expenses, insurance, and so on. But the Lord spoke so clearly that if we obey Him and step out in faith, He will provide. However, His promise to us was sorely tested this one time. As we took the step of financial faith out, we also saw our savings slowly but surely dwindling away to the point that we didn't have enough to pay for a certain loan that we were servicing. And it really freaked us out. There were nights when my wife and I were lying in bed. Tears would be filling up our eyes, questions and doubts filling up our hearts as we thought to ourselves, didn't the Lord promise that He will provide for us as we obeyed Him? Did we hear God wrongly? Are we doing something that is not right? However, in the midst of it, no matter how low and how hopeless we felt, my wife had this one simple conviction that we would walk through every single door that the Lord opens to us, walking through them in obedience to the point that there are no more doors to walk through. Then we know that we have obeyed God fully, then we know that we are done. And so in that difficult season, I remembered this one time, I had a friend message me because she felt prompted by the Lord to come to hear my story. And so we met up for lunch, and as I recounted my story of faith to her, she takes out her checkbook and starts writing on it and hands me the check. And when I looked at the amount, it was the exact amount that I had needed to pay for my loan. And I was lost for words. But here's the most amazing part, because on that check was written the date on which the check was given to me. It was 29th of November. And it spoke so clearly to me, Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, where the Lord says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." And as I looked at that, I just felt the faithfulness and the providence of God over my life and over my family. And this was not the only thing that my friend did for me. She had received a word from the Lord and she spoke it over my life. And it was basically this: Jiahao, this season of testing has come to an end. I am putting a full stop here. And this was such a revelation to me that the Lord does put our obedience to the test. Just as the Lord had spoken to Abraham to bring his one and only son Isaac up the mountain to be sacrificed, the Lord tested my family, tested my obedience. Was I willing to say yes to God despite the insurmountable odds, despite the price that we had to pay? Will I keep going and will I say yes to Him? I'm wondering, are you also walking through a season where your faith and your obedience to the Lord is being tested? Are you feeling hopeless and doubtful because the Lord hasn't fulfilled His promise to you? I just want to bless you to take heart, because sometimes when the promises of God seems to be delayed over our lives, it is only because God is doing a hidden character work in our hearts, growing our faithfulness towards Him, growing our obedience towards Him. And it may be difficult, it may be painful, but once this work is complete, you will see that it was all worth it. So until next week, keep walking, because the only way is up. We'll see you.